The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Alright, so Ben Shapiro appeared on Bill Maher's Real Time last night, and it's basically what I call a plastic sword fight of, in my mind, plastic ideas that don't really move towards helping people. It's more like playing political games and shit. I'm staring at the laptop again. Forgetting the camera's over here. Guess we'll start off by give him the disclaimer about HBO's property.
It's theirs?
There you go. Do not take our channel down for copyright infringement. We're just making an educational video about how,
Fair use.
Yeah, how silly these multi-millionaire intellectual comedians.
Multi-millionaire. Sorry. My inner YouTuber title maker is exposing itself. Like when whiny liberal Ben Shapiro gets destroyed by Bill Maher.
Let's hear if that actually happens.
Bill Maher's massive sword.
I appreciate it. I always say this to conservatives that come on our show. I'm a little jealous of their guts because they have more guts than the liberals. Liberals don't go on conservative shows. They don't even come on this show sometimes. So I appreciate, because you know the crowd is not with you.
I got that impression, yeah.
And, but yeah, we should, and let's be civil, right? That's the tone of the day.
I'm a fan.
Okay, so I'm a fan. Well, let's see if I'm a fan. See if we're each other's fan at the end of this.
All right.
But I just want to say, we seem to be living in a time of utter tribalism. And I think you and I have a few things in common besides we were both uninvited at Berkeley. But we've been coy about our affiliation. Like, I never really wanted to say I was a Democrat. I always voted Democratic. But they disappointed me a lot. You know, you've been coy about it. You're a Republican, you're a conservative.
Sure.
I think right now, I'm a Democrat. And there's only two teams. And since all the...
Hold on. You just say there's only two teams there.
And there's only two teams.
Two teams.
It's like two teams. I'm caught up in tribalism, but there's only two teams.
No.
Pick one.
It's two teams. Two teams.
I don't get it. Is that a Masonic hand gesture?
Probably is. Look at him. Baphomet somewhere up in the air, he's pointing to him. He's like this. It's like two teams, Ben Shapiro. Shapiro's like wetting his pants, like, oh.
Baphomet in a I love Coca-Cola t-shirt.
Shaking hands with Jay-Z.
He's sitting in a boardroom. He's not in some underworld, he's just in a boardroom somewhere.
His name is just combing his hair,
Let's see, they should be getting into the arguments.
There's only two teams, yeah.
Yes.
No others.
And since all the Republicans are now backing Trump, except for the ones who are leaving, but he totally owns that party now. If you're a conservative, aren't you really Team Trump?
Well, it depends on what. So what I've called myself is sometimes Trump. Okay, people have said there's never Trump and then there's always Trump. Sometimes Trump meaning that when he does something that I like, I cheer, and when he does something that I hate, which happens, then I boo. And I'm booing as loudly as you are when he does something that's really bad. But listen, you're very upset about the Supreme Court nominee. I am very pleased about the Supreme Court nominee as a conservative, right? He's doing a lot of things that I like in terms of policy. Now, that doesn't mean that I am cheering his character, because I think that it is very difficult to cheer Donald Trump's character, nor do I think it's appropriate.
Here's the thing. It's nothing.
Dude's like a machine gun.
Yeah. Oh, none of the things I hear these guys say sound, you know, individualistic in nature. It sounds like talking points. Like it's almost like they're raised to just think in this manner of.
It's like, Dad, I'm happy today.
It's conservative to not like this guy.
It's like, Dad, I'm happy today. It's like, son, you need to realize that happiness is really this, and you have to say it and state it in an organized manner as if you would write it in an article. Okay, now go in your room and press your slacks. Go.
It's like they accept the label first. They're like, you're a Republican, and you just okay, I'm that. And all of a sudden, all their thinking and ideology is based around that idea of Republican.
Everything?
I'm automatically anti-abortion, or pro-life, as they say.
You're on a team now.
I'm automatically, we need tax cuts. Typical Republican talking point, and they're adding.
You are on a team now. You know what that means? You become a team player.
And they're using it as like a personality, something to recognize a type of personality.
Like,
and that's scary, man. That's
like
automaton thinking.
Caesarian's opening. Who are we? Oh, where do we come from? I'm a Republican, and I come from Arkansas. Who are we? Where do we come from? And then I'm a Democrat, I'm from New York. It's like, get the fuck off my show. Get off.
It's like, I believe this because I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican, as opposed to, I believe this, and this happens to fall in line with these two parties, one or the other. It's really like robotic type shit, where it's just an input, and that creates the rest of it. It's just ones and zeros, input into your head, and then I'm that thing now.
There might have been a slip of paper I saw come out of his ear. If you freeze frame it, it's like receiving content, receiving. Then it's like this. Quickly, sees roll by, gets rid of the paper, gets in his pocket.
Look at something so messy like abortion. How are you sitting on one side or the other on that?
Because there's two teams.
Exactly.
Because there's two chairs. Because two teams. There's only two. Then they're like, we're over here. There's no wild card here. Push them out of the way.
There's no individuals.
It's just us.
Team A or Team B. And they're both fighting to just be like, I'm Team A. It's like, no, I'm Team A.
It's either you're a fundamentalist or you're an atheist. It's either or. Either or. There's no others. They're not here.
Yeah.
If they are, where's their chair? Look at what are those broken pieces in the back of there? Pretty sure there's a chair. It's like they have a hammer in the hand. Like, no. There's only two. Only two seats available.
It's either you believe God and you're some sort of childish, magical thinking, or you believe there's no meaning in life at all. It's just all random shit.
It doesn't exist. I know.
All subject to physical laws. Alright, let's listen to more.
An egg what? Huh. Never heard of it. Yeah.
Well, what do you like?
Okay, so I like the tax cuts. I like
You
the
like the
movement.
tax cuts?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It hurts me, by the way, in California, but I like it as a general policy.
Ladies, he's rich. Okay. But see, I don't even know what the Republican beliefs are. I mean, you're a young guy, but you certainly remember 2 years back when beliefs were completely the opposite of what they are now.
Well,
They were
which
for
ones?
free trade, They were
No, I agree with you.
giant deficit hawks.
Yep.
The Tea Party was all about we're going to solve the deficit. But they didn't, did they?
Well, the Democrats ain't gonna do it either, so.
I know, but they didn't say they would.
Right.
The Tea Party kept saying, we have got to get this deficit down. This motherfucker has ran up $1 trillion in 6 months. What about Russia? They used to be the enemy. What about free trade? I mean, how do you turn on a dime so quickly in a couple of years?
Well, I mean,
The enemy.
It's
Russia.
That happens because people are concerned with winning.
That's all. That's what it's about.
It's okay. You have the head guy, the president, right?
Allegedly.
And he claims to be Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Starts changing the ideology around. Now he had to be popular in order to win the presidency. So now other guys who are also labeled Republican are like, we have to adopt these ideas so we get voted in next year.
Yeah.
And we have to use our platforms to shift the public towards this narrative so that we can keep getting reelected over and over again.
So basically, it's kind of like this. It's like LeBronism. Think about it. Oh, it didn't work out over here, and now I won one here, and now I'm gonna go over here. It's time to go to Houston.
Yeah. So people with
It's like when you see the people, their little hands in silhouettes clawing at the hope. Like, no, don't leave us. It's like, bye bye.
these people, for the most part, obviously I'm not going to say all of them, but for the most part, they're not thinking with a moral compass. They're thinking more with, how do I stay in office longer? Whether that's for financial reasons or some quasi-ethical. Same thing. Quasi. Ethical. It's not really ethics, but it's trying to be ethics. Like, the only way I can help is if I'm in office. The only way I can be in office is if I throw my values away to keep getting reelected, so I can try to help. But to try to help, I got to stay in office, and it's an endless cycle of faulty ethics.
I've made it. I'm in office now. Oh, here comes the soul collector every 5 months. Take it.
It's that
We must kill Hamas. I mean, we must replace Hamas with someone more suitable for the job.
It's the metric song, man. It's buy this car to drive to work, drive to work to pay for the car. Endless cycle of it.
Oh, what was the part? They were like, she was like,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's been very frustrating to me to watch so many Republicans do exactly that. I've been incredibly critical of Republicans who have suddenly become fans of Vladimir Putin or have suddenly become fans of tariffs. I think all of that is idiocy. But again, I think that with regard to judges, with regard to taxes, with regard to Middle Eastern policy, particularly Iran and Israel, I'm much more of a fan of President Trump than I certainly would have been of Hillary Clinton or Trump.
Not even 2 words. All I gotta do is think about the. Hello. Do we not investigate of what happens? It's like, sometimes I think these guys, they'll only look at, well, it's written here and this is a valuable source of information and it says this, so hey, we're trying to rebuild. This is what the Republicans want. This is what Democrats want. Hey guys, how about they're all lying and this is what's really happening over here? I'm no expert, but in regards of geopolitical theory,
I think a lot of these Ben Shapiro types, the intellectuals, when it comes to say something like war, military type stuff, I think they turn themselves into sociopaths to where there's just lacking in empathy.
Yeah.
It's just,
well, he never should have done it.
It's like,
and those people never should have looked next to the terrorists.
Here's our strategic plan. We'll do this, and instead of killing 1 million civilians, we'll kill 100,000. That means it's better because there's less people dying. That's that calculated robotic thinking that
I should never offer them water, man. They're robots. He doesn't need it.
They never step back and say, well, what makes a person valuable in the first place? Why are we caring to kill less people here?
I think what Mike, I'm not gonna say what he thinks. I don't know, but it's like, well, they're terrorists out there, and they made their decision. It's like, no.
I think with him, it's strictly analytical.
Really?
It's sociopathic in nature, to where it's, well, this thing happens here, this, and this, and this, and then it'll lead to this thing that we want.
Keep going.
Like if you ask them, like, how do we get healthcare, free healthcare, so everybody's taken care of, we look after each other and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not feasible because look at this, this economic thing over here, and then we won't be able to afford it. It's like, wait, we made up money in the first place, man. We can throw that away and just say, okay, let's help people first. Build some economic system surrounding that thing.
It's like, it's like, you will not change the system. You will not change the system for me. Ben Shapiro, your hat's really an antenna. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I hope not. I hope it's just kind of like, I'm not gonna say cognitive. How you say that?
Dissonance?
Yeah.
I
I hope that's not it, because that
depends.
That would creep me out.
Depends if he uses his conscience.
I'd rather it to just be an incredible amount of ignorance.
It depends if he's using his conscience with it.
Yeah, it's
to
like,
say like we need to save people, but then he could be like, well, in order to do that, we have to kill a bunch of these people.
For me, it's like,
it's like I calculated it up and it works out.
2-pound dumbbells, like,
10
heavy
years.
lifting. Like, Ben Shapiro only knows 2-pound weights. He has never experienced anything higher than that. He doesn't know they exist. Versus, this is heavy. Of course it is. I mean, of course. I've never seen those 20-pound dumbbells over there. And they're there. But he's like, destroying it all. So I don't see how you could possibly like be within the system as far as, I'm not saying he's within the system, but at least be related to it, or at least study it, or look at it, and not be aware of the other side of you call it workings in regards of, again, the whole geopolitical thing.
Yeah.
With regards like he said, Russia was our enemy, and Bill Maher said that. It's like, isn't anybody, anyone, in any given time?
Could be,
Yeah.
We'll get to him in Russia.
Well, yeah.
First, I just wanted to.
I only made that point for Shapiro because with him, it seems like these guys within the sandbox of our political system, they go by that, and they don't never ever fucking go in the jungle gym and, hey, what's this?
Yeah. You turn in.
It's like we can only operate through capitalism. It's the only way it works.
Yeah. In my opinion, you turn yourself into an intellectual wet noodle, man. There's no.
You thought muscle milk was good.
Pause. Nah, but it's because, I think that's why these guys why they become so popular. It's because they're very good at being
well dressed. Look at those shoes.
They're very good at being, like, I want to say sociopathically intelligent.
Oh yeah,
as in it's direct line information.
It's well.
Hey man, how do you feel? Well,
the question is how does the party feel? If the party's good, then I'm good. There's an 89% success rate of people's mortality. I'm good.
So you don't understand how you feel? That's called emotional intelligence.
It's like
there's more intelligences to bring to the table rather than strictly analytical.
Disregarding the certain amount of people who get killed or get left behind in regards of money or welfare or what have you, versus, well, there's only there's only a 12% poverty rate. It's like, only? That's a person. And that's a statistic based off who knows what. So, you know what I mean?
I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I was telling him how in my opinion, there should be scientists should be bringing their whole selves to whatever experiment they're doing, rather than trying to cut away parts of themselves to look at something purely objectively or rationally.
That's distorting reality, then it becomes very creepy.
Well, I'm saying you're leaving yourself out of the experiment itself, which is impossible to do. But in your ego, it's like, oh, I'm not even a part of this. I'm objectively, rationally looking at this, which are things that don't even exist, really, as far as externally. Rationality, objectivity aren't actual things external, because you have the observer first.
We're gonna get taken out.
Yeah.
Watch. Two communists, we heard them on one of their videos. They say communism is bad.
If the external experience is subjective in nature, where's the objectivity at? It's not. Well, I say it's real. It's just not external.
It's non-existent within that little box. It's like,
externally, it's not real. All right. Let's hear some more.
Barack Obama. And by the way, I didn't vote for President Trump in the last election because of my concerns about it.
Okay, so you would not vote for a Democrat under any circumstance or some circumstance?
I mean, I would say some circumstance, but the Democratic Party would have to stop being insane. Meaning that they would actually have to approach something like moderation in terms of policy, and also present a face that doesn't look like people shouting down people at gas stations or entering restaurants and trying to throw them out.
Okay, well, if you're talking about the civility thing, why don't we start with the Republicans stop saying, lock her up. You don't think that's a worse abridgment of civility?
it's called ignorant people getting to say whatever the fuck they want you to say.
At the same time, well, yeah, I'd say partially brainwashing, but at the same time,
Sure.
It's like, it seems pretty, to me, an outside observer.
Pretty apparent.
I don't have all the evidence, but
No,
it seems pretty apparent that she's done some criminal activity before.
Very, very possibly that she might be a, I'm not going to say war criminal.
I'm sure of that.
She
Can't say I know, but I'm fucking sure of that.
All I'm saying is this. If
Along with every
someday,
other problem.
somehow, someone comes up with a bunch of evidence, I would not be surprised that she's...
Or just bring up the shit that we already
Yeah.
have heard.
Yeah. Like, and I'm sure there's mountains of other things, you know, in regards of within the United States and foreign land.
Yeah. And just to say, I don't.
Here's what I don't like, you know, as far as them chanting.
Oh, yeah.
Like this. Okay, really? You believe that? Why? Go ahead.
Yeah.
About what? Why do you believe that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it's like, what about the other guys?
So, like 3 mics. Go ahead. It's like they're sweating. Like, I don't know. I can't.
The only reason you even have ammo to do that is because the establishment guys that are already there, they're the ones that let out the information in the first place.
Yeah.
So you're nonstop controlled by the establishment.
It's a very rare thing that
They're saying they give you a little bit more room on your leash.
I would say it's a very rare thing that it ever becomes like, you know, like a Snowden situation, you know, where it's like, oh, what's that feeling in my heart? It's conscience. Oh, my heart, not here, but somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? I can't do this. Like, gets a fucking USB, goes like, okay. This is what good feels like. Oh. Starts running, you know, gets some information out that's already like, you know, known, but now it's official.
Yeah.
So then it's like, versus, all right, we're gonna release this about her. It's like,
Yeah. And by the way, I don't believe in prisons for people.
no, I don't either.
She should be.
I believe in boxes in the ground with spikes in them. No, I'm just kidding. I just, you know,
I think everyone, not just Clinton, but
burning pit.
everybody on the entire planet should go through some sort of psychoanalysis.
Should.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And I don't even mean like a therapist in a room lying down on a couch.
Is this when your workers come in? And
You could do it
take
to
you
yourself.
away?
Huh?
Is this when your people as in like the people in suits. They come in and take me away, and yes, he needs one quite badly. Take him away. He forgets things.
If there's, let's take Hillary Clinton. Let's take her.
Hill dog?
Yeah. If there's people like that don't even understand that they're doing something shitty, thus the psychopath, sociopath.
Hill dog.
Granted, I would think she understands that she's doing something shitty, or has done something shitty.
She's a lawyer. It's against the law. This means it's probably shitty.
But they need to expose themselves to themselves as much as they need to be exposed to the population. I mean, and that's why I say everybody. Like Bob.
I would even call
Bob the carpenter down the street should be called that too.
Don't talk about Bob, man.
Sorry, Bob.
You don't understand.
Just name drop Bob.
Bob could like build me in a prison somewhere.
I almost said Bob the builder. I changed it to carpenter.
That's a street name. We don't talk about street shit on this. You leave him out of it. We don't talk about street shit here.
Yeah.
Don't report on it. Cause you'll be anyway, yeah, it's like a more like a rehabilitation thing without some type of rhetoric. You know, it'd be more of like, well, who are you, type of thing, versus they're gonna get me. He's being crazy. Yeah, lock him up.
Yeah,
We're gonna spout secrets.
What if the criminal justice system creates more,
What if?
like, more abhorrent behavior? To where it's like, okay, now I have to be an extra mat, to where the crime gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being like, I'm pissed off, and you kill someone, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I have to detail this plan out.
Well,
How do I get rid of the body?
Exactly.
It's like
this.
you got worse there somehow.
It's like this. It's like, we have to have a no tolerance for pedophiles. You know what you're gonna do now? You're gonna make them more fucking sneaky. That's what you're gonna do. It's like that Larry dude, you know? It's like, we can't have this. He's a monster. He should be locked up forever. Yay! So solving the problem, figuring out why the dude became a pedophile, or even how he feels to begin with, you know, it becomes there is now a no tolerance meeting. They will go to death. One evidence that proves you're a pedophile, you'll go to death. You know what that means now? We're gonna have fucking underground chambers of fucking children hanging by a hook, you know? You will never know about it because being that. I'm just kidding, but in all seriousness, they will fucking find a way, and it will become sneaky. And there's always a way, rather than finding the problem.
Think about the personality types that commit crimes like this.
Yeah.
Think of the fucking Wall Street dude who looks at it as a game, like, oh, I'm getting the most money here. Like, he already made enough to live comfortably for the rest of his life and his family to live comfortably. But I gotta win the game. I gotta keep scoring more points.
Oh, what a lackey.
Then their crimes get more extravagant. And let's get back to this.
I don't think.
I mean, and it's not just lock her up. He talked about locking Comey up. He talks about locking journalists up. There's a guy who said lock Tim Kaine up. How about we stop to lock them up? Shouldn't the civility argument start there?
It's like, you know, I get the whole lock-up thing. Like, I don't agree with that. You know, that creeps me out. But at the same time, it's more about, well, how about we look at these people instead of kind of giving them, like, you know, what do you call it, credibility? It's like, Comey. Who is that? Who is he? Who is James Comey? What has he done? Who is he? What is the FBI? What have they done in their past history, you know? Who are these people connected to? In the CIA. What are they? Who are they, and what do they have to do with anything? Because they're two groups, you know, organizations. How does the world view them? You know, I'm not saying anecdotal evidence per se, but what? The cops are here?
Peace out, guys.
Oh, you're fucked. I'll be okay. You're gonna scratch your head. He has a gun.
Yeah, I just hand you my cell phone and wallet first, so I have nothing to reach for.
How about this?
Who are you? Where's your identification?
You let me beat the shit. You let me beat the shit out of you first, because after I'm done, they'll really make sure like they beat you up, but you'll be knocked out. You won't feel it. You'll wake up. Oh, I didn't die.
Yeah, if I can sue them and get paid for it.
You wake up with blue and like what do you call
Give me $40 million.
You wake up with blue socks on. Been marked. People outside like, damn, they got him. Anyway, yeah, but who are they? You know, are they credible? Are they, in a way, most likely linked to criminal action, as well as, you know, on a moral standard? Are you like a good person?
Yeah.
You know,
Some fucking.
there's no way I should be linked to anything that's like in any way regards of something like a fucking drone strike. You know, as far as an agreement, it's like, you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like fucking someone slapped me, man. You know.
There's probably some lady right now in like a trailer park practicing voodoo who's like, oh, we need to cleanse your past mistakes or whatever. Who has a higher moral intelligence than the guys that are supposed to be enforcing morality. That's their job. They're supposed.
Especially when they talk about it.
Yes.
Okay, now like look at this. Like, it's not the right thing to do. Okay, motherfucker, you just said it. You let me into the hall. Let's go. The right thing to do. Good, evil. You ready? Are you ready? You know, I don't think your toupee's ready, man. What?
They would disengage.
No, they couldn't.
I have a dentist appointment.
It's your teeth are fine. Their teeth, like his teeth is actually fucked up. Looks like it's like, pop. It's like, well, I want a lawyer. It's like, there are no lawyers here, Mr. Comey. It's a fucking like ballroom or something like that. It's time to dance.
Alright, let's get this shit over with.
Before we care about who gets their entree?
Well, it isn't just about who gets their entree. It's about who gets harassed.
Wait,
By the way, I'm not going to make excuses for.
But which is more important?
Well, I think that all of it is important. If you're going to ask me, I think we can
isn't
do
that
them and talk
fun?
at the same time, can't we? Can't we
No,
just
but
say
I
that
get-
civility is bad across the board?
Yes, but
Let me throw in that, once again, it's the revenge politics. It's the, you did me wrong,
Ready?
so I get to do you wrong.
Ready?
And then they just up the ante as they go.
Sure. So I believe in the moral right to do what is necessary. Sorry.
Nice.
It's like U.S. government politics 101. It's all about revenge against them.
Look at the world. Who's the powers in the world? It's whoever has the bigger guns.
They mean the biggest dicks, basically.
They just up the ante, like, oh, we have an extra super rocket missile. And they just up the ante. Well, this one launches 3 rockets at the same time.
And anybody in Asia is like, well, we have 50 missiles, but they have one. But they have one fucking 100,000 or whatever billion Bruce Lees over there. We need to stop them now. You've seen them all in unison, stomping and marching and twirling and twirling. They're all in unison perfectly. They're all the same height. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They'll fuck us up.
And these guys that up the ante, that's why you don't hear them saying anti-war shit.
No, I don't hear. Look,
They're just
I'm no
changing
expert.
policies around to fit
I'm no
their
expert
party.
on policies. I'm no expert on involving government. I just know what good or evil is. At least as far as, you know, being able to understand it. Like, knowing, maybe talking about it, it's difficult still, but actually, no, it's not. Me explaining it, like, you know what I'm saying.
Let's just say you observed your conscience and activate and use it.
Yeah, quite well.
As opposed
I might say.
to just intellectually understanding what good and bad is.
Yeah, that's what.
Which can be sociopathic. I'm like, you have to bring your whole self
And again,
into the
I
experience.
would say they haven't, because if they did, there'd be no compromises. There'd be no such thing as collateral damage. There'd be no such thing as, well, we got a good thing going. It's like, it ain't good as long as someone has a, you know what I mean?
It would eliminate their stopping point toward that stopping point where you're like, well, I guess 100,000 people dead, or innocent people dead, is better than 1 million innocent people dead.
Okay, 50 people died.
Instead of
50 people died.
Instead of the conscience being like,
Yeah.
well, you gotta look into this more, and then, oh wait, one person dying is shitty. Good or bad.
That's beyond. It's like when
Good or
someone
bad
says,
person.
well, would you rather have 1 person or 1,000? It's like, how about none? Don't fucking
Yeah.
give me a two-way street, man. It's never like that. It's a two-way street, kid. It's either this way or that way. hey, motherfucker, guess what's in between the street? There's a fucking forest. You know, it's still away.
Yeah.
You know, I could walk wherever the fuck I want, you know, so.
Alright, let's hear more.
I like his tie, just saying.
Let's hear more babbling. Childish babbling with
I mean, yeah.
fancy words.
Can't be a
Why is it that we're only opposed when you're only opposed to incivility when it's Donald Trump?
Because
but suddenly Maxine Waters is anti-Maxine.
Because, Ben, you can't walk into a room and see an elephant and a mouse and not know which one is bigger.
But it's not an elephant and a mouse. It's two
But it
elephants.
is, really?
Yes.
Threatening to lock up
I
journalists
needed
is...
600 officers to protect me at Berkeley. Yes, it's an elephant and an elephant. Yes, it's an elephant and an elephant.
Okay,
Joe
but that-
Biden in
but that
2012 says to
didn't
Mitt
come from
Romney that he's going to put y'all back in chains about black people. This stuff pre-existed Donald
Okay, but
Trump. It was terrible.
that didn't come from the president in Berkeley.
It came from the vice president when he was saying that Mitt Romney, the cleanest person ever, okay, was a guy who's going to put y'all back in chains. To pretend incivility started with Donald Trump.
No, not
It's
incivility. I'm
fictionalized.
talking about the
Yeah.
level to which it's at, where you're
I agree with
threatening.
you.
Do you really think Donald Trump respects the rule of law?
Clinton's predator speech.
And
Predators.
look at the word civility. And they're only using it with these political goggles on. They're only referring to it within politics. Like, this is a much bigger idea than
It's like the right thing.
locked in
the right
political
thing
stances.
to do. And let me go through my lawyer handbook. Okay, you can shoot him. It's okay. It's the right thing to do as long as he's on your property. It's okay. It's like what?
Yeah.
What?
It's like morality and ethics and civility don't stop at politics. Like, examine the whole thing, then come back and talk
We
about
can
this
learn how
shit.
to shoot and kill
Go
someone.
on the journey, come back, and then talk about
We
it.
can learn how to shoot and kill someone, but well, there's no way you could have learned how to subdue him and just restrain him. No. It's more difficult to go get a gun. Yeah. That's right.
Or you could take the champion stance, as in, this is as much about protecting the criminal as protecting everyone else.
Champion?
It's like, I'm willing to take a bullet. Like, I don't know if you have a gun or not. You could shoot me. But I'm not going to risk hurting you because of that caution.
It's not in the handbook. Champion. I'm in CHA. All I'm saying here is challenging the system. Get rid of him. Get him.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'd only say it's okay as long as it's like you view it subduing someone, not like fucking mortally wounding them or anything, you know.
Yeah.
So that's for another day, you know.
Alright.
I mean, if somebody...
No, but I think the Constitution itself is a pretty damn durable document, thank God.
I've read your tweets, like, about Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Now, I have some problems with her, too. But you would vote for Trump over her.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Okay, so the reason I'd vote for Trump over her is because I agree with him a lot more on policy, and I actually believe a lot of the damage that he has done to the country in terms of social fabric has already occurred. So I said I didn't vote for him in 2016. The reason I didn't vote for him in 2016 is because I feared the damage he would do to the social fabric, and I also didn't think he was going to govern conservative because I didn't see a lot of indicators of that. He's governed a lot more conservative than I thought he was going to, and as far as the damage to the social fabric, if he's already done it, I'm not actually mitigating against the damage to the social fabric by not voting for him in 2020.
Can I read your... Here's something where we sort of agree, and then I'll show you where we don't.
Okay.
This is Kamala Harris tweeted, "Children are our nation's future. We must listen to them about what they care about and give them a voice in our government." And you wrote, "Ridiculous." I'm with you. Something
Am I
where...
aroused?
A lot more conservative than I thought he was going to. And as far as the damage to the social fabric, if he's already done it, I'm not actually mitigating against the damage to the social fabric by not voting for him in 2020.
Can I read your... Here's something where we sort of agree, and then I'll show you where we don't.
Okay.
This is Kamala Harris tweeted, "Children are our nation's future. We must listen to them about what they care about and give them a voice in our government." And you wrote, "Ridiculous." I'm with you. They're children. They don't get a voice in it. I think I know what she meant, but it's poorly worded. And you wrote, "Children should not have a voice in our government. They're children." And you're right, this is where the left drives me crazy. But then you wrote about children, "They are also incapable of fully rational thought, thoroughly uncivilized, and completely driven by immediate emotional response."
What the fuck was that? Are you kidding me?
That's the sociopathic, intellectual.
100%.
They're not
Ready?
rational.
Ready?
They're using their emotions.
Oh, yeah.
To make decisions.
Ready? Gotta teach you what's right, son. No, Dad, no. Pa, 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 pa. Everyone's crying. They don't know what's going on. This dude's like, you know, fucking high on whatever the fuck. He's not a drug. Might as well be. Regarding whether it's a sense of morality, hitting the kid, defenseless, not even 3 feet tall. Who knows? Pa, pa, pa. It's not right. You don't know what's right. You're little. Pa, pa, pa. I've been around here longer. Pa, pa, pa. Slap him back in the head. It's okay. I've been around for 45 more years than you. It's like, fuck you.
And
God, especially with this shit.
I would love to tell him that he's essentially a child too, because if you eliminate the emotional aspect of it,
he's an adultist.
You don't want to be pure emotion either, because then you can't express the ideas.
It's adultism, 100%. That, straight up, unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's sick. You kidding me?
Like
what's a child? My child? A 10-year-old? 10-year-old can know more about morality than, like, you know, some other people could. 100%.
Yeah.
You know?
Like if you brought the argument.
Unreal.
You brought the argument of, see, we're gonna kill less people if we do things this way. We're still gonna kill people though. Like killing's bad. If the little kid
I cannot
says.
believe he said that.
If the little kid says killing is bad, then you can see a higher moral aptitude there. Exactly. But what usually happens is the parent conditions them out of that to make them more mature.
That's why I would call it.
It's just stuff you don't understand. Trust me, I'm right. You just don't understand it yet.
It's like
your age.
When I see children are important. You know, they're innocent. Yeah, you know, ignorant to the world. Very well, possibly, sure. There's also like something it's like somebody call it like a golden aura about them. You know, where it's like they'll see like their dad, like maybe like, or their parent or whoever, like they see someone like they run over a squirrel. Parents like, ah, shit. Oh, you killed him. Oh, no, it's Dad. Why? Or they like kill a bug. You know, just, you know, no thought about it, no tooth, just a worm. Boom. Oh, is that a fly? Smack. You know, versus it's just a bug. It's just an ant. Yeah. Son, it was just a cat. Listen, son, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and there's a terrorist in the building.
Yeah.
Son, listen, just take care of you and your family, and don't worry about the rest of the people, okay?
Yeah.
We're in the 1%. We live there. It's okay. It's fine.
Children should be...
It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, children should definitely be included, and obviously at an age where they can speak and shit like that.
Yeah, this goes back to the fucking...
the concept.
What's his name? Sam Harris. Listen, if I'm not a scientist and I'm not an expert in this field, then I shouldn't be there. I shouldn't be allowed to talk about it. No. You're allowed to. You should be allowed to. It's like one of those things. Well, it's my right. It's not written here. Motherfucker, rights aren't always written down on a piece of paper. All right? I hate that. It's like,
With your example, yes, they won't have the mental intelligence to understand what's going on in the physics thing.
They don't have to.
But you can have an emotional response to it.
Sure.
That's important.
So based off my statistics here, if we make this maneuver, we have more sustainable living.
Yeah.
Only 18% will fall under the percentile, and then they will, you know, whatever happens happens. Like, so they're dead. Eventually.
Yeah. You can have this.
So this is bad.
You can have this super physicist explaining how this technological thing works.
Yeah.
And then you can have someone who has no understanding of, like, well, I have no idea what you just said, but what are the effects on the environment, on people, on energy, all that shit. You can have that emotional response to it. What are the implications of this?
Shit makes me angry, man.
I didn't need to understand any of the physics you were talking about in order to just ask, well, what's going to happen with this?
That's fucking messed up, you know?
Just a simple question. Yeah.
It's like no one gives a fuck. No one cares. By nobody, I mean like a mass majority of people. Whether we said like, listen, let's be honest. Blacks shouldn't have a say in any of this. Alrighty? But no, it's children. Children. They shouldn't have a say in any of this. They're too little. They're young. It's like, yeah, so are you, man. You know? Fuck.
I knew you'd like that one.
I don't like it.
I can't think of a more perfect description of Donald Trump. So, when you wrote that, you didn't see the irony when you wrote that tweet and described children that way. It never entered your mind that Donald Trump fit that perfectly?
Well, I don't believe that Donald Trump is a person whose views are leading in my imagination where the country ought to go. I mean, I don't look to Donald Trump as a thought leader. I would look to a child as a thought leader. I don't look to Donald Trump as a thought leader. So
what are you talking about? He's the president of the United States. He's not the thought leader.
Nope.
Can he have some thoughts?
I don't know, can he? You tell me.
I don't know. Well, it seems like his only thoughts, to me, are to work with Vladimir Putin to make Russia great again. And
all right, you know, unreal. I'm tired of. Are you still with that? I don't like it when people do this.
Because of that line, man. That line that won't, where if they cross it, they stop being political affiliated. It's like you're no longer a Democrat once you push past this line. You turn into something else.
I don't get it, man.
You turn into a progressive or whatever.
Here's what I don't understand. If you're really within this field, and as far as I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Okay, guys, I get it. You're in this sandbox. I understand. When they're all in the sandbox, you know, there's different places to go to check out. And regarding that, you have to leave the sandbox, do some little bit of digging of all the evidence, looking at stuff, and realize that all these claims with Russia, it's kind of bullshit. You know, just look at it. You know, I'm no genius. I'm not smart in regards of that. Yeah. But as far as I just have to look at it, this isn't really like plausible. This doesn't hold up. You know. The Russia investigation, and you find out, okay, this is worthless.
He definitely walks on the line of corporate Democrat and traditional Democrat. He's like right on that line. And more recently, I think he reflects the corporate Democrat.
It's a straight up conspiracy theory, in the true definition of it.
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised if he blames Jill Stein or Susan Sarandon for Clinton losing. As much as he blames Russia.
It's unreal. Even if there is, the evidence that they've given us is dog shit. You know? But who knows? I don't know. It's like when someone says Trump is a racist. What? How? How? I don't know. You look at it, like, I don't know. Whatever. It's like whatever I hear, you know?
I think he's more of a narcissist.
I think he's I agree, you know. I think all of them are, man, you know.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What I don't understand.
He's been a lot harsher on Putin than Obama was, by the way.
Harsher on Putin?
Not in terms of his rhetoric, in terms of his actions. He has armed the people of Ukraine with deadly weaponry, which Obama would not do. 200 Russian soldiers were killed in Syria by U.S. forces under Donald Trump, not under Barack Obama. It was Barack Obama who sang to Dmitry Medvedev that he wanted to provide him with flexibility in 2012. Crimea was annexed under Barack Obama.
Wow. This reminds me of when people hitch just to come on the show and try to convince me that Saddam Hussein was, a radical Islamist when he was actually a secularist. You have to go a long way to make that argument. I mean, he tweeted yesterday defending Putin against what our own agencies say. That he said Russia says again they didn't meddle in the election.
Dude says a lot of crappy stuff.
Why have there been 19 indictments and 6 convictions so far in the Mueller inquiry? Why?
Yes, within this little field that we operate around, right?
Weren't they what do they call bots?
Allegedly.
On social media?
Allegedly, yeah.
That was hyping up both sides.
Yeah.
Just hyping up Trump and hyping up Clinton. Or putting down Trump and putting down Clinton.
From what I heard.
All of it just to get people. Just like it was a money scam.
Yeah.
I think that's what they got caught for.
Not to mention this, but we found
out.
out.
It was like $100,000 for all that to happen.
When you find out one political team or a team of a candidate when you find out, like through documents or like whatever, let's say emails, I'm not saying this happened or whatever, you find out, oh, we're going to try to do this and we're going to try to create dirt. You know, we're going to try to create this whole like rhetoric that he's with them. It's like, what? And then somehow someone says, yeah, it starts up. Oh yeah, he's connected to them. Then you run with it. See, he's connected to them. What are you doing? Why are you talking to him? He's connected with Russia, or he's connected with fucking Germany or whatever. Why? Why are you talking?
Yeah.
Talk to me. I'm over here. I did nothing wrong. Then it's like, you get indicted for something. It's like, case closed. Nope, I was found innocent. Our own agencies say so. It's okay. I remember our own agencies were going after Snowden. That was cool.
Yeah.
Remember, kids, if the FBI or the CIA go after children, defenseless little children, it's okay. It's okay.
But he's only a comedian, so
I don't give a fuck.
he's only a comedian.
He ain't making me laugh. We'll just stomp on their faces, right? My agency said so. Unreal. My team is this.
I just get this shit over with.
It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, so many lies about so many meetings with so many Russians, so many attempts to have back channel sources.
I have a question.
To get
Do you actually think that Donald Trump colluded with Vladimir Putin?
Yes.
Do you?
You don't? How can you not? How can you not?
So, I do not, because I watched that campaign. I don't think that Donald Trump could collude with his own left foot.
Well, I don't think he did it, but his son did it. The people who Mueller is.
And when the evidence comes out, I'm happy to go for the indictments. I'm fine with the indictments. Okay, criminal activity is criminal activity.
But you see what you see.
But I'm not going to attribute to Trump something he didn't do when he's too ignorant to have done it.
Well, he's not.
That's just a poor argument. And you can hear Bill Maher stumbling around like, he didn't do it. His son did.
It's purely
they indicted 19 people.
It's purely anecdotal evidence.
I wouldn't even say evidence.
Well,
I don't even see any evidence.
It's like, well, he didn't. Well, not really, guys, because this is what it really was. It's been painting you that way. Here's the thing. This is why I get really upset whenever I hear this. Like, you guys go after that all the time, all the fucking time. And it's a theory. It's not been proven. Okay, how come we just disregard everything with Clinton, everything with Obama, everything with a lot of shit with Bush and his dad, and so on, and I could keep going. Not to mention not just the presidents, but everyone surrounding them. Whether it could be corporations or fucking, I could keep going. It's insane.
He's just a comedian.
Hey, dude, you know what? Yeah.
Too ignorant. He's not too ignorant to be a criminal, Ben. He's been a criminal his whole life.
But
We've seen that. He's a scam artist. He's a con artist.
I don't know how I turned into the Trump defender here, but is he a doofus or is he an evil genius? You gotta pick one.
Okay. Actually, you don't. You don't have to pick one.
Really?
Look, I'm not saying he's like Hitler. But I am not. But Hitler was crazy, and he was a genius at what he did, which was lie and manipulate people. So you can be both. Okay, but let's get back to Russia, because first of all, why a nice Jewish boy like you wants to be on Team Treason, I have no idea.
He's stumbling around.
I know.
But
dude, I'm happy to wait for the Mueller indictments. If they come down and they target Trump, I'm happy to see him impeached. But I need to see evidence. Where's the evidence?
But you know that the Republican Congress, we saw it this week with Rosenstein at Congress, they are trying to impeach Rosenstein so they can get rid of him, so we don't ever see. They don't want us ever to see it. They know there's something, probably 1,000 things in there that are incredibly damning. You don't think that's?
And if they impeach Rosenstein, and if Trump
is that a line for you?
I don't know if it's the final line, because there's still another step that has to happen. Rosenstein has to be replaced by somebody who then fires Mueller. So if Rosenstein is fired, and Mueller is left to his own devices, which is basically, by the way, what happened with this investigation when Comey was fired, then I don't see where the line is. Mueller is the one who matters.
What's the right thing to do?
What Mueller's report goes to the Deputy Attorney General.
Because if we did talk about that, a lot of shit would have to fucking come crumbling down.
Oh, yes. Which is why I'm thinking Trump hasn't, whatever, tried to indict Clinton or anything like that.
Yeah, because you get fucked too,
Because
probably.
him and like a lot of fucking
Yeah.
systematic things start falling, I think, and people involved.
It's like, man, you can't fucking, you know, these guys, they don't want to fucking, you know, like, what do you call it? Like, pull a little brick out of the fucking tower they have. You're in the tower too, man. It's like, I don't want to hurt myself. Versus the guy's like, fuck it, I did something wrong.
And when you were asking, like, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? I think I'm going with the mind reading thing.
You gotta prove it.
I might go with that.
I'd be Superman. You know why?
That's too many superpowers.
Don't give a fuck, bro. It's Superman.
You could have one superpower.
Alright, fine.
Or you could say, I have the power to be anybody.
No. Okay, I have the power to have any power I want. South Park. Damn it, Carmen, you can have one power. Okay, I have the power to have any power I want. That shit was hilarious. But, okay, one power? I don't know, dude. Indestructible. How about that? Bang, bang. They can't fucking kill me. What are they gonna do? Oh, no. You know what? I'm gonna have to go for all for one. Yeah. There you go. Super speed. They can't lock me up. There we go. Just have to work out for like 5 years.
Take some steroids, man.
Huh? Hell no. No.
Otherwise, you can't contain all for one.
Oh, dude, I just got. I know what to do. I know what to do. Oh, my bad. One for all.
Oh, wait. Were you talking about the bad guy?
My bad. I meant.
The bad guy who can absorb other people's
No.
fucking quirks.
I meant one for all. My bad. Let me hearing saying all for one and one for all. Anyway, like, this is why, like, when someone, why don't you be president, huh? It's like, because I get shot, all right? I wouldn't even make it there.
I would take that job.
They would.
Right now. Like, all right, I'll go right now.
I'd do it. But they'd probably kill me, which is why I'd rather have a group of people that I know, I fucking know are incorruptible. I know. You know what I mean?
And yeah.
Like, they will not.
It's like, oh, if I die, they go.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
They take my spot.
Exactly.
And then on and on.
It's not a cult. It's a group of people that know what's right and wrong. That's all that matters, okay? If they're ignorant to one thing, that's why the other person's there. And they can always learn. But I don't know a lot about the government and the system or the courts. Oh, I know it. And you can know it too. There you go. It's like, but they all fucking know what's right and what's wrong, and that's all you need, really. You know, everything else, you know, you can learn.
All right, that's whatever. 30 seconds left.
2 teams. Fucking no.
And if Trump puts Scott Baio in that position, he can just throw it in the trash.
And if he throws it in the trash or quashes the Mueller investigation, then yes, impeachment should be on the table.
Thank you, Ben. I want to do it again. I appreciate.
I wonder if he said that just to get him to say, impeach Trump somehow.
I would.
Yeah, it's over.
It's never over.
So yeah, typical political jibber jabber, revenge politics, lack of ethics,
Morality.
Yeah, on either side. They don't even understand what civility is. They only apply it in their political rhetoric and political situations.
That's what I call
They
the
don't.
sandbox.
They don't expand it to actual life going on. It's a sick, sad world. Daria's coming back.
It's always a secret we make it.
Alright, subscribe, comment,
And give up hope.
and remember, there's only 2 parties.
2. 2.